Aloha, Mark J. Here we are on Thoughtful Thursday, and I want to share with you a formula for success that has worked for thousands of years. All this newfangled stuff and pop psychology and all that, it's great, it's wonderful, but it doesn't work. It sounds great. And that's because we've been conditioned towards instant gratification. So I'm going to share a formula with you today. The beginning of it, we'll do this probably in a 5 or 6 part series for you from week to week so that you can really absorb this stuff. But we've talked before about the book Think and Grow Rich, which was a derivative of Charles Haanel's masterpiece, The Master Key System. Now, most of Haanel's Master Key System came from Wallace Wattles. And Wallace Wattles wrote The Science of Being Rich, The Science of Being Well, and The Science of Being Great. Now, I've been studying this stuff and applying it for over 25 years. And I can tell you it works 100% of the time for 100% of the people who simply give it 100% of their effort. Okay, so how does one acquire affluence? Well, that's the first and biggest mistake, because both Napoleon Hill, Charles Haanel, and Wallace Wattles were huge fans of a guy by the name of Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he was actually the mentor to these guys, and they quote him all over their material. He wrote an essay called The Law of Compensation, and it is a marvelous essay. It's available on our site. You can download it, it's free. And if you're like most people, you say, oh, the language, it's the way that it's written. Get off the instant gratification train, okay? And do the work if you want to understand that trying to get affluence will never ever work. The word affluence comes from the word affluere, which means to flow to. So here's the secret that have frustrated generations over the millenniums. Everybody's trying to get affluence. They don't even understand the definition of the word. Affluence means to flow to you. So how do you get it to flow to you? Instead of trying to get affluence, you want to give affluence. And how do you do that? Because you can't give away what you don't have. And we're back to Emerson's Law of Compensation. Emerson's Law of Compensation boils down to 4 words. Give more, get more. Give more love, get more love. Give more hate, get more hate. Give more anger, get more anger. Give more stinginess, get more stinginess. Give more unkindness, get more unkindness. It's really that simple. There's a direct correlation. It will flow back to you 8 to 12 times over everything you give. The second thing in the Wallace Wattles writing so that you can become incredibly affluent is gratitude. That's the first step, and there's 2 levels of gratitude. Number 1, write this down. Gratitude for everything you have. 3 gratitudes a day, write them down, each one on a separate index card, and try not to repeat them. So after you use, your religious stuff and your children and your family and your wedding day and all these great memories, then you got to start paying attention and find things to be grateful for every single day. So the first step is understanding that gratitude is a cause, not an effect. And the more gratitude, the more grateful heart you have, the more things to be grateful for will be returned unto you. So now and if you give it away, it'll return tenfold. And you give it away, it'll return tenfold. So the number 1 step is gratitude on 2 levels. What's the second level? Well, that comes a little further along. Let me tell you how you get there. The second thing is you must have a clear mental picture of what you want. My wife and I have been doing this for over 2, close to 3 decades. And here's what we really see. When we see people's statement about what they want, it really isn't what they want. It's more what they don't want to pay off the credit cards, pay off the mortgage, tighten up my retirement fund. That's not what you want. It looks that way. You want the money to take care of those things, but what you're really saying is what you don't want. Why are you on this planet? What do you truly desire? All the garbage is cleaned up, which you only are keeping alive so you can feel the excitement, the drama, and the crisis. We're all addicted to crisis until we cross over into the metaphysical world. So those are really, really important things. So number one is gratitude. Number two is a clear mental picture of what you want. Forget the kids, forget your husband, forget your wife, forget everything and everybody, your heart's desire. Number three is faith. Now, this is an interesting thing about faith. Everybody has exactly the same amount as faith. Everybody. And this is the way that we're created equal. See, we all have control not over 5 things, not 9 things, not 7 things. We have control over one thing, and that's our thought. That's our thought. And your will, like mine, is probably being used to try to control the outside world rather than control your thought. So number one is gratitude. Number two is a clear mental picture of the ideal. Number three is place your faith on that, and listen to me, on that ideal. This was my ideal, right here. Being able to be here with my family and enjoy Hawaii and not have to worry about anything, okay? This was my ideal. So you want to place your faith in that, and this is what's important, and nothing else. You can't let anything else in. And on our site at masterkeyexperience.com, you'll see that you can get a 7-day mental diet to clean out the negativity. Strongly suggest you take it. So let me tell you about equal faith, because I know what you're thinking. Well, Mary goes to my church and she has a lot more faith in God than I do. That is wrong. You see, you have just as much faith that you don't have as much faith as Mary does in God. The way that she believes in God, you absolutely believe to the same degree that you don't believe like she does, which means what? We have equal faith. So you need to learn how to place your faith. And where you place in your faith, this is where I place my faith. If you pay attention, you'll probably see some turtles out there. But at least keep listening to me, because I'm going to give it to you, okay, what you really need. And number 4 is that second level of gratitude. What's the second level of gratitude? While you're holding that ideal, and the law of substitution teaches us that the mind can only hold one thought at a time, so you hold that thought incessantly. You place your faith in that coming true, and you express gratitude for what's coming. So gratitude for what you have, everything that you've experienced, and gratitude for what's coming. And then, of course, the last step in the science of being rich, creating an abundance of things to give away so they keep coming back and washing over you. Because let's face it, the currencies of life, a positive mental attitude, great health, the riches of play, the riches of relationship, financial riches, they have no value when they're held. Think of seeds. They have no value when they're held. Currency has no value unless it's being exchanged. And so when you drop those seeds, a forest of prosperity will grow around you. So you want to have this clear mental picture of what you want, have gratitude for it, and then the last step, of course, is rendering unto the end user greater benefit than they expected for the transaction. Give them more, and there it is again, give more, get more. So really simple way to understand affluence, build all 13 riches of your life, okay, is to hit the subscribe button, comment down below, tell me what you agree with, tell me what you don't agree with. Let's get a dialogue going, okay? Because the bottom line is you can have everything you want, and you just can't have it all simultaneously unless you got a tiny list, like I want a bag of chips and a Diet Coke. But if you really want to achieve something with your life, okay, you got to pick that big dream. And people are going to scare you about it. Don't be scared. Here's something that everybody needs to know. The heart never lies. Listen to your heart. Follow your bliss. Be grateful. Be grateful for everything you have, okay? Create that ideal in your mind. Put all your thinking on that thing, and anytime it starts to slip away, come back to it, get a clear mental picture. Be grateful that it's coming, and of course, number 5, the transactions that will appear for you, you've got to move towards them, take action, and render to that end user greater than what they expected for what they paid, because they'll tell other people you're a good person. Okay? If you're not getting referrals for your business, you're not giving more. Give more, get more. Peace be the journey. Please subscribe. Hit the bell too, so you'll know, okay? And there's a link to our site down there that you can get a lot more information. Aloha from beautiful Kauai, Hawaii.